Hi. Well, I've been receiving so many different signs and synchronicities of doing tarot reading on freaking YouTube. So here I am. My name's David. I am 20 years old and I am a college student. Um, so a little bit about me. Okay, my favorite color is green, pink, and gray. Yep. Let's see. And I have trauma of my own, but I don't know if I want to talk about that or not. So this is just going to be like a pretty much like a vibe check, see how things are going. And my cat is being weird. Okay. You'll see them maybe. I don't know. Depending how I feel after I upload this video. So, I'm just going to draw, okay, a couple of cards. This is the Antique Anatomy set by Claire Goodwill. I'm pretty sure that's her name. I don't know. It was a pretty name, anyways. This was my first ever tarot deck I've gotten that I bought for myself, okay? And it honestly has helped me to think things through whenever I'm like experiencing like dark emotions or dark thoughts and my end goal, okay, is to help. I always love to help. I really do. So yeah, so we're just gonna do general advice. Okay. So I'm gonna pull some cards and I'm gonna read from there and see what is up. What is up with y'all? Or whoever watches this video, it'll probably be like 90 views, maybe even less, maybe like 4. I don't know. I just feel it in my bones. Okay. Let's say the back. Ooh. Oh boy. Okay, so 4 cards were drawn, and we have the reversal of the star following the Lover's card upright. Then we have the elixirs of the night and the King of Coins. So normally with my coins, I always see it as a reflection, an inner reflection of the self, with the suit coins. Okay, and that's closely related to pentacles if you know tarot. Okay, and same thing with like elixirs, cups. This one says fertility, and it's the 12th, and it says number 12. Okay, so what I'm getting at, okay, there seems like somebody's losing hope. Someone's like losing their faith, their drive, with this like love connection we got going on here, with all of these poppies. I'm pretty sure these are poppies. Let me know if that's not the case. However, I feel like even with this night, I feel like this is the individual. So you, whoever watches this video, okay? Um, like they seem like they're so ready, they seem like they're ready for love, but it's like something is holding them back. The back of my card was the 5 of elixirs, and that's like heavy, negative, intense emotional feelings towards the King of Coins over here. Um, I also like to note out that the Knight of Coins is looking at the King of Coins. So that's how I'm viewing this as. Okay, so somebody that's probably my age, okay, 20, 21, maybe 22, okay, it's very, very infatuated with this older person, okay, and it's giving both masculine vibes, so a homosexual. Maybe. Or they could have like a masculine soul, regardless. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's a lot. Okay. Oop. Hang on, guys. Ooh. However, all right, we have another king, but this one's the king of elixirs, and it's numbered 14, and it's the calming tonic. And then we also have the wheel of fortune. However, it landed, okay, with the lovers and the king. And then right above it, we have the reversal of 6 of blades, which is correspondence to swords. So, feel like, okay, you do have a very, very strong masculine drive, okay, and you're like clinging on to this idea of love, and then it's making you feel cluttered. It's making your thoughts feel cluttered, because swords often, it's air, so it often deals with the mind, the intellectual side, okay, of our brain. So I'm just gonna like, oh, okay, oh, ooh. But I do feel like, okay, the end of all this chaos, all this rain is gonna come to an end, because we got the reversal of the tower. And I think that's like perfect, okay. That's like really good. Let's see how, okay, what is the tower? What is this tower trying to tell us? Or no, not even the tower. What's this reversal of the 6 of blades trying to tell us? What are your inner thoughts? Is it like the lack of faith, you know? Like where is this leading us? Okay, so 2 cards flew out, and the chariot sideways, and it landed on the 6 of coins. Y'all are just gonna trust. Okay. So that's like, it's giving stagnation, like you're stuck. Okay, so you have this thought and it's stuck in your head, and you're constantly looping over and over, hoping this wish fulfillment, this ideal of love is going to come to an end. But well, I think you get the gist of like what I'm trying to get at. But it is in reversal, so I do feel like, okay, because even with the reversal of the tower, okay, these are like literally the outliners, okay, of this spread I got going on. So even though you may feel so hopeless, so lost, I can guarantee you that your emotional fulfillment will come, but it has to be you. It has to be you. Because I hate to break it to you, whoever's out there listening, that, you know, you gotta work on self-love and your self-confidence, because it helps, it ties everything together with you and the partner that you wish to have. But I'm gonna see how you're gonna do in the future. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. So the 2 cards that landed up front facing me, okay, we have the 4 of elixirs, and then we do also have the page of blades. So I feel like this idea, well, not idea, but this new insight, this new intel is definitely helping you pinpoint, okay, of the direct cause, whether it's like trauma, whether it's like low self-image, whether, you know, the list can go on and on and on, like, oh, I don't like the comment the lady made of me, you know, because sometimes like words impact us to like so much, and it's not even just words, but it's tone. If everybody, you know, I keep getting all these like frequency, well, not frequencies, I'm not getting, okay, what I'm trying to tell y'all, all right, is that, oh shit, I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, I also have like ADHD too, so it's like, woo. As most common tarot readers have, I've noticed. But frequencies, that's what I was telling y'all about. Um, Often with the spiritual or the tarot community or esoteric readers, they often deal with frequencies, and frequencies are waves, wavelengths. It can tie to freaking science, how you got the radio waves, microwaves, ultraviolet, so on and so forth. And then there's like many different insects and animals that can only see certain colors, certain spectrums of the colors. So I'm trying to get at is like pitch is the tone of the voice. It impacts. Okay, it does. Oh, that's my cat. That's Basil right there. Anyways, he's almost about to be a year. I'm so happy for him. And for him, sure, why not? um, but yeah, like it can be impactful, I'm just going to flip over the 3 cards that was facing down. So let's see. We have the 8 of Rods, which is wands, corresponds to wands. With the reversal of the devil, and that landed right on top of the Chariot and the 10 of elixirs. Okay, and I also forgot to mention that the 8 of rods also landed directly in front. Sorry, my cat's being weird. Again, directly in front of the star card. So this is like I'm feeling excited. Like I really am, and I'm like noticing that my hands are getting really, really shaky. So I'm definitely picking up on somebody or somebody's. I want to be like Jhadina. Okay, she's so sweet. You should definitely check her out. I will definitely post a link because I just love that woman. I just love her. She's so authentic, so true. But carrying on. Okay, so the reversal of the devil. So maybe, okay, there's like a third party or another person that's like emotionally impacting you, um, and that's where this lacking is coming from. Okay, from these insecurities, that just keeps tying you, keeps weighing you down. But it's time to let that go, babes. She uses that quote. It makes my heart bloom whenever she's like, babes. I'm referring to Jhadina. I'm also gonna post other channels that I deeply resonate with. So I resonate with them. Maybe y'all will resonate with them as well, because we got this circular motion we got going on. But the reason why I'm saying you need to let go is directly from the 8 of elixirs. I don't even know what they're doing. They're probably feeling all this energy going around, but it literally says let go. Okay, and that's what my eye like immediately drawn to. You gotta wake up, do your soul journey. That's what I'm doing too right now as we're speaking. The soul journey. Let me tell you what it. If you do want to go for that journey, it can. Oh, it goes up and down. But in the end, I just feel it is so fruitful. It is so worth it. Because then it's like you understand yourself so much better to a deeper level, And I'm sorry if you hear something going on over there. It's the off-brand robot litter box that I got off of Amazon, and I don't like it. Okay, not at all. I want to draw a couple of cards because I'm just interested. What other things we got going on? I know I'm literally using the whole freaking card, so I'm hoping whatever I'm saying makes sense. This is going to be advice, okay? Yeah. Okay, so we have the reversal of judgment, the reversal of the Six of Rods, but below we have strength, and that's covering, the y'all don't know because y'all can't see it. Sorry. It's such a habit actually. Anywho, okay, reversal the star and then the Eight of Rods. So I feel like, okay, you need to be strong intellectually. You need to know what triggers you, what doesn't trigger you. It doesn't even have to correspond to like mental illness. If someone says, oh, your shoes are ugly, and that like really hurts you, think about why that's affecting you, why that comment is affecting you. Like it doesn't even matter, if your shoes are ugly. Okay. Because people's words, and I know I did mention about frequencies and how it can impact us, but it's like once you realize that trigger, that little flip switch that goes off in your brain, then it's like it's game over for them, because now not to be with this person, not to associate yourself with this individual. Okay, I'm being reminded of the reversal of the devil right now. So I do feel like somebody is like bullying you, like, in the most insincere way. Not even the fun bullying. Okay, like my love language is definitely bullying. Okay, like I say this to like a lot of my friends, is like, if I don't bully you, then I don't like you. Why we gotta be professional? Like lighten up. So yeah, just stop with the inner judgment and really, really focus on your passion, your desire, your spiritual drive. If it comes down to that, I know most people, it can be very, very complex, and it can make your mind spiral and wonder in the vastness of the unknown. But it will be okay. It will be. Because I know that you are going to try, whoever I'm reaching out to, um, that you are going to try to be a better person. Not only just, for yourself, but for others. Be an example, lead by example. I love that quote. I don't even know who said it. Okay, so I'm sorry. I don't own that. Okay. But it's literally, I think it's probably in the Bible or something like that. But yeah, just lead by example. Just, you know, literally treat others the way you want to be treated. Like, it's that plain. It's so simple, guys. It's so simple. Oi, oi, oi. However, okay, so I feel like within the next 2 months or weeks, wait, yeah, 2 weeks actually for you, which is interesting. I feel like the end to this rash and irradical thinking is gonna end, and it's going to feel fulfilling for you. Okay, focus on yourself, not others, because I know, okay, that me just saying this out loud, because I know I like to attract good people. Good, okay. I don't know. I still have issues thinking about like good or evil. I'm like, I don't know. I think that gets overly complicated. So I am going to draw one more card from my Oracle set, the Empress Oracle, and I love the art style. Okay. And honestly, its messages hits deep. It hits deep. Okay. So if you don't, this is why I like to do in the end, because I know people like, you're yapping, but I am yapping regardless. So if you don't want me to preach about whatever card comes out, then, you know, you're not forced to do anything. Okay. I believe in free will. I do. I do. I do. I do. Because it's like you're free to do anything, you know. You're free to like run the streets naked. You're free to like murder someone, but that's like. But I do believe in karma. Okay, it's a cycle. It's like order, you know, yin and yang, light and dark. Okay. Got 3 cards. Oof. Oof. That's interesting. I wonder which one I should read. Which one is going to be most impactful? I'm wondering. Okay, and this was the card I was like considering reading regardless. So, well, at first, before I was like, maybe I should shuffle. Anyways, we got number 5, and 5 is about change, y'all. Numerology, y'all. Sorry, my hair is bothering me. I'm such an inner critic. Anyways, we got alchemizing confusion into clarity. Isn't that such a beautiful ass card? Beautiful, you know. Elegant, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, so I'm gonna flip to chapter 5. And honestly, this is gonna help me because, like, talking out loud, because I have such a hard time enunciating my words. A lot of people have like mentioned like I talk with like childlike glee, and whenever I hear myself, I'm like, ugh, no wonder people think I'm like, how am I gonna word this? Like, I know I'm ditzy, but innocent, but I use that to my advantage. Okay. Let's see. So the 3 essential themes it talks about: choosing to see life more objectively than subjectively, analyzing what is real versus what may be a product of overthinking, and accepting that we do not need to know all the answers immediately. All right, so I'm just gonna pull up this card and I'm gonna read the imagery. So really, really focus if you feel like it, of course. I don't like to force anything. Anyways, the imagery. This card's painting displays a person who is in desperate need of clarity. The image is both beautiful and warped, indicating a bridge between the damaged and the stable. Mental health comes into play with this card. The brightly shining eye symbolizes the inner struggle to invoke order during times of confusion and to realign our thoughts into a tidy up structure, the deeper meanings. In some readings, this may indicate an urgent need to transform your mental state if this card comes up. I also want to mention out this is on page 33. I just think that's so magical. Please consider talking to a therapist, psychiatrist, or a trusted friend. Consider the necessity of self-care as a way to combat emotional burnout. This card may also indicate a need to reconsider social situations and relationships. What is mutually beneficial and what is draining? We've all been there, despondent, anxious, on edge, panicked, and utterly confused about the heck is going on. For empaths, whatever. This panic state is often the result of emotional overload that results from the interplay of external emotional energies mixing with our inner emotional perceptions. We all deserve to be safe, happy, and healthy. It's ridiculously, oh my goodness, easy to give into the minds of the hamster wheel of self-sabotaging thinking, to become fixated on the drama of everyday life, to feel like we are perpetual victims of circumstances. But we aren't. Everything is a process. Our problem-solving brains may trick us into believing the worst about ourselves and others. but this is ultimately our brains tricking us into inaccurate conclusions. So the suggestion for action, alchemizing feelings of confusion into clarity, takes some amount of humility. Yeah, humility. And alchemizing, you could just think of it as processing, you know. Yeah, just processing. Bringing awareness to the emotions this card evokes, we are called to remember that confusion is a temporary state. We cannot become attached to any experience. This I'm pretty sure it was my orange cat. Juniper? Oh yeah, Juniper is sulking because she knows. Ugh. Ugh. Where was I? We are called to remember that confusion is a temporary state. This card reminds us that we may not have every piece of the puzzle. It reminds us to look before we leap and think before we speak, which is something I've been struggling to. I'm normally spontaneous. I don't think before I speak. I just yap, 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 yap. And then my brain goes haywired, and then I start to stumble and fumble with my words and enunciation. Just bringing some relatability. We don't need to know all the answers right away. And it's folly to think that we have all the answers or can fix everything. Before examining any situation or any other person, we must examine ourselves from the most objective viewpoint possible. Breathe, meditate, write things down, take a step back, and remember that we are not our minds. It is from this point, then, we can calm the mental storm and enter a state of realistic problem solving. The process of creating a list of issues and potential solutions can go a long way in drawing emotional energy from the body into a more approachable, tangible form. And I honestly feel like that summarizes the reading. So, yeah. Well, that's your reading for today. I'm gonna meditate. I'm gonna think about if I want to continue or not. Hopefully I don't feel too cringe about it. And I'm gonna figure out how to do all this dealio and whatnot. I've never done this actually, so. But yeah, I love you unconditionally, and I wish you only for the best. Okay. Have a great day, evening, night, morning, or whatever.